Some monsters hide in shadows, others hide in plain sight. He waved at neighbors. He shook hands with politicians. He entertained children in hospitals. He wore face paint and smiles. And beneath his house, the ground was filling with the dead. For years, boys vanished in Chicago. Runaways, workers, hitchhikers, young men who were missed by someone, but not enough. Police heard complaints. Parents asked questions. Red flags waved again and again. And still, John Wayne Gacy was invited inside. This is not just the story of a serial killer. It's the story of how power, charm, and silence can bury the truth. I'm Johnny Black, and this is Unsaid Case Files. This is the case of John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy was born March 17, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois. Second of three children, only son. To the outside world, his family looked ordinary, Catholic, working class, respectable. Inside the house, it was something else. Gacy's father was an alcoholic, violent, humiliating, cruel. He beat his son for small mistakes, called him dumb, called him stupid, told him he'd grow up weak. Gacy adored his mother, but her protection only made things worse. His father mocked him for it, called him a sissy, questioned his masculinity. At just 4 years old, Gacy learned a lesson that would follow him for life. Love was conditional. Control was everything. By adolescence, Gacy was sick often. Blackouts, hospital stays, missed school. His father accused him of faking it, even while he lay in a hospital bed. Abuse wasn't just emotional. At 15, Gacy was sexually abused by a family friend. He told no one. Fear kept him silent, and silence became a pattern. By his late teens, Gacy learned how to perform. He worked hard, spoke confidently, joined organizations that rewarded appearances. The JCs, local politics, community leadership. People noticed him for the right reasons. He married young, had children, managed Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurants. On paper, John Wayne Gacy was a success. Behind closed doors, the behavior escalated. Teenage boys, alcohol, power. He framed sexual abuse as jokes, as tests, as experiments. And when one boy finally spoke, Donald Voorhees, the system blinked. Gacy denied everything, blamed politics, played the victim. Even after failing polygraph tests, people defended him. In 1968, Gacy was convicted of sodomy and sentenced to 10 years. He served 18 months. 18. In prison, he thrived. Model inmate, leader, organizer. The mask worked everywhere. In 1970, John Wayne Gacy walked free. His record was sealed, his past softened by time and paperwork. Soon, he bought a modest ranch house at 8,213 West Summerdale Avenue. This house would become a grave. Neighbors loved him. He shoveled snow, loaned tools, hosted massive block parties. Politicians came. Police waved. No one asked what was happening after midnight. Gacy started a construction company, PDM Contractors. He hired young men, runaways, high schoolers. He offered work, money, alcohol. And once they were inside his home, the game began. Handcuffs, magic tricks, control. Some escaped. Many didn't. In the mid-1970s, Gacy found his most disturbing disguise. A clown. Pogo the Clown. Patches the Clown. He entertained children, visited hospitals, marched in parades. People trusted clowns. They trusted Gacy. He said clowning let him regress into childhood. But the truth was darker. While Pogo smiled for crowds, bodies were piling beneath the floorboards. 26 victims buried in the crawl space. 3 elsewhere on the property. 4 dumped in the Des Plaines River. Neighbors smelled something foul. Police were called. Gacy said it was sewage, dead animals, nothing serious. And once again, he was believed. December 1978. 15-year-old Robert Peast vanished after leaving work at a pharmacy. Witnesses saw him talking to a contractor, a man offering a job. That man was John Wayne Gacy. This time, police didn't walk away. Surveillance followed. Search warrants issued. Officers entered Gacy's home and smelled death. The crawl space told the story Gacy never could hide. Bones, skulls, layers of victims stacked like forgotten debris. Gacy confessed, casually, as if recounting errands. I killed 33. He was proud. In 1980, John Wayne Gacy was convicted of 33 murders. At the time, the largest number attributed to a single killer in U.S. history. He was sentenced to death. On May 10, 1994, Gacy was executed by lethal injection. He never expressed real remorse. What remains unsaid isn't just what Gacy did. It's how many times he was allowed to do it. Warnings ignored. Victims dismissed. A monster protected by respectability. John Wayne Gacy wasn't invisible. He was celebrated. And that is the most terrifying part. Because the dead beneath his house weren't hidden by darkness. They were buried by silence. This has been Unsaid Case Files. Some stories are buried, some are ignored, and some are only uncovered when it's far too late. If this story mattered to you, the best way to support Unsaid Case Files is simple. Follow the show. Subscribe wherever you're listening, and if you can, share this episode with someone who believes these stories shouldn't stay buried. Every follow helps these cases reach further. Every share keeps the unsaid from being forgotten. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting independent true crime. And until next time, stay aware and stay curious.